All right, it looks like we are here. It looks like we are assembled for the night. I am your host and your friendly blue mage, Azoreign. You can call me Azo. Thank you for joining if you are in chat, if you're watching live. And thank you for rewatching the VOD back here on Twitch or going to my YouTube channel where I always try and re-upload these videos. So again, thank you for joining. I have an excellent game and some excellent people lined up for you tonight. I don't think I have anything further to say other than follow me on Twitch. You can go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube if you feel like doing so, where I release other magic-related content that I try and create. I have a lot of fun over on YouTube. If you feel so inclined to subscribe, hit the bell, whatever you want to do. But if there's anything I can encourage you to do, it is to join my Discord. You can find the link to my Discord in my Twitch bio, in my YouTube videos, or just in the bio on my YouTube channel. You can go ahead and join if you want to share decks, talk about cards. The new Modern Horizons 3 is about to be spoiled, so I'm sure that the Discord is going to be lit up with cards, suggestions, cool cards, new commanders, all that stuff. And you can also follow me on Moxfield if that's something you feel inclined to do, where I'm attempting to upload all the decks that I currently have in paper and that I do play on stream. But with that all being said, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to go ahead, rejoin my Discord, get in a spell table, we'll introduce the guests, and we'll get started with the game of Commander. So again, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy. All
Many
right.
cards that are in every deck, like
Yeah, so much.
looking at Anikthea, it's missing 2 of the colors, but yet I'm like, I'll watch Azoreign play it. I'm like, oh, yep, I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, oh, that's in there too. That's in there too. So it's trying to find a way to, like with this deck, right? Granted, my Atraxa deck, it's an Angel Tribal with some Phyrexian Flare, but it's not a Blink deck. It's still strong, but it's not. My Tulane deck is a half Merfolk Tribal. I try to find cool ways of making even strong or common commanders, and I just can't find a way to do it right now with my Shrine deck. I thought about trying to make it like run a bunch of the gods, because a lot of those are enchantments as well, so that gets some extra value on casting them. But I don't know. It's in a weird place.
Every time I seem to unmute myself, I feel like I'm always interrupting some really great Magic conversation here. And I know exactly what Brohan is talking about. He's talking about your 5-color Shrine deck, is that right?
Yep.
You're talking about enchantments? Yep.
It's been in shambles for like a year at least at this point.
Well, I also know that you have Dragon, which is also another 5-color deck, so I'm sure it's insanely difficult to keep up a 5-color mana base, just one, and if you have 2, I bet that's not easy.
Yeah, so literally my first and second decks basically I kept were 5 colors. That's how I started Magic. And I had a weird rule. Yeah, it was. But I had a weird rule in place when I started. Like, I knew the money sink Magic could be, and I started playing to play with friends before our D&D sessions. And so when the first D&D set came out, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to get D&Ds, just stuff from this set. So the first iteration of Dragon was actually Tiamat. And it was just cards from that set. And then somebody showed me like a few months later, the Neon Dynasty, or maybe a year later, the Neon Dynasty lands and art style. They're like, dude, you like traditional Japanese art and samurais and Japanese history? Check this out. I'm like, why did you do this to me?
Yeah.
I have to get this now. And so then I'm like, all right, it'll just be D&D and Kamigawa.
Yeah, and this one.
Yeah, and so both the land bases weren't expensive at all, because it was literally just the lands you could get from those sets.
Sure.
And then the next D&D set came out. I'm like, oh, new cards for my dragon deck. Like, sweet. My options have doubled.
Yeah.
But and then eventually, obviously, I broke the mold. So, luckily, I had a decent amount from Baldur's Gate of like the crowd lands. So the mana base in my Dragon, it's not crazy because the deck is green red heavy. Like, I got a shock, one of each of the red shocks. And then I think I got a couple with green as well, besides the Gruul one. And then I have like one of, I think, each of the crowd lands, or at least the crowd lands with red or green in them. So it could be a lot better, but I'm not. For me, it's like I'm always going to keep that deck because it was my first deck.
I'm
But
with that.
I'll maybe make some upgrades here and there. but I'm not gonna sink too much crazy money. Like I want it to be playable, but it doesn't need to be crazy, you know.
Yep.
So I think we're waiting on Taco. I don't see any movement on his side, but I do want to address something. Thea is in chat. Thank you for sending some chats, Thea. And I did want to bring up something that we actually delved into about deflecting palm. And
oh no,
we'll have to. So from what Brohan and I, and then we reached out to Lion to get just like we were just kind of recapping the game, explaining what happened, and Lion heard our interaction and was like, "That doesn't sound right. Let me do some research." And so according to our good friend Lyonix, according to him, from what we were explaining, how we were saying that the rules worked and everything. He was saying that deflecting palm did work as Johan intended it, where it deflects all damage from one source, but the way that we looked up rules, and this all happened like in person, so we're all together talking about this, looking up rules and everything. And what Lion had reminded us of is that the card quite literally says prevent that damage, but according to Lion again, in that situation, if Brohan would have taken lethal damage from, let's say that Tribs attacked him with for the example, let's say that Tribs attacked him with Varchild was lethal, put Brohan down to 0 life, and the Hamlet back Goliath was also lethal. It was like the 60-56 or whatever. Brohan would have played Deflecting Palm on one of those sources. He would have gone to 0. The damage resolves at the same time. Then both Tribs and Johan would die at the same time. But since it was only one source, Deflecting Palm quite literally says prevent that damage, meaning that damage doesn't happen, meaning that Brohan's life never went to 0 for him to die. So therefore, what Lion was saying is that Deflecting Palm worked as we intended it, and Tribs, you should have been knocked out there, and Brohan should have lived.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, because it when I showed Lion the examples, I was like, this is what I looked up during stream. This is the information we had. Lion was like, yeah, all those examples are talking about standard formats if you were doing that, if the player is getting attacked by multiple sources, in their life total goes to 0 for multiple ways. And it's like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Putting it back together.
I know Brohan's taping it. I think I have.
Is this passable? Is this passable?
No one will know.
It's a secret layer, right?
Yeah, it's called F this card, ripped it in half secret layer.
I mean, hey, they can use Comic Sans and not understand capitalization or proper English grammar and print that. So what's the difference? Anyways, off my soapbox.
I know that so many people are talking about that.
It's such a memorable moment that I'm just gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna frame it just as it is.
I know that a lot of people were talking about that, the Comic Sans secret layer art, and a lot of people are saying that like the art on those is so good, and it's just kind of ruined by like not even Comic Sans. Like the Comic Sans is like okay, but the meme of like capitalizing certain letters, like that is the part that people are not liking.
Well, and then even the wording is weird as well. To me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, what does that have to do with the cards that are there? Like, thematically, it doesn't make sense to me, and it sucks because I would have bought it just for the Torment of Hailfire, because we don't have a Torment of Hailfire in any non-standard treatments to my knowledge, outside of like a promo or whatever. But there's no extended, there's no borderless. There's no different arts, period, which, I mean, it is cool art with nickel on there and stuff. But that said, I saw it and I was like, oh, that is amazing. Like, I'll buy it just for that card. And I'm not going to because it just looks hideous with that text over top of it. So I'd rather reach out to the artist and buy like a proof or somehow make a proxy of it with their permission or something, or pay the artist directly for the work somehow and get it in regular text than use that piece of crap.
Yeah, I think the art is too good, and they like you gotta fully commit. They halfway committed with doing wonky meme text and then good art and like non-meme themed cards. I didn't get it. It felt very half-baked.
Yeah, like you said, like the art also doesn't fit because it's serious. It's you know, cool looking.
Yeah,
if it was
commit to the
corny,
bit.
if it was like stick figures or something, you know, like sure.
No, it would help if I unmuted myself if try to talk to y'all guys.
That would be best.
Taco.
Taco has finally arrived.
He made it.
Oh, I've been here. I just haven't.
He's here.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to go down to 6, but this hand is mid.
You know, Brohan, for the sake of it. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna ruin the mystique for anyone watching out there. I personally, especially on stream, don't like for my opponents to go to 6 because it feels bad, but I also don't like my opponents to just absolutely sculpt their opening hand. But
yeah, I'm not trying to sculpt, it's just in this deck is a little light on lands with no ramp of any sort.
Kind of forgot what I kept. This is... Let's see. It's okay. I'm gonna dirtle for a bit.
well, I think
I'll be right back.
no problem, Taco. Brohan's got to reshuffle quick.
What's the question of the day there, Mr.
Question
Streamer?
I was actually just like trying to remember what it was. Question of the day is: do you play any limited formats outside of Commander? Because I am a big proponent, so I'm gonna save my answer. I actually don't want to get too caught up in this right now, because I want everyone to save their answer for when their turn starts, and hopefully Taco rejoins us here pretty soon. Who do I need? I recently decided to not cheap out, so my dry erase marker is totally dead. I think it's out, so I went to the store and bought all of these lovely dry erase markers with erasers on them. So what color should I use tonight?
The dark blue.
Dark blue?
The best color.
Blue or purple? Because we got two.
Oh, is that purple? Am I blind?
It looks almost like indigo on my screen.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks
really?
like navy.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Like a dark navy.
We're going with this one then. Burp it is.
Oh, I look purple for a glance there. Boom.
Well, I'm excited because Brohan was telling me that he has not played Atraxa in a while, and I'm really hoping that we can give him a good game with it because I've seen it just absolutely go off before, and I'm hoping that the return of Atraxa can bring some good fortune.
Yes. A certain friend of ours is not here tonight, so I'm hoping I don't just get hard targeted and almost killed turn 4.
Talking about our good friend Noble, who just...
How did you know? How did you know?
I'm just that smart.
Yeah, I mean you are, so I guess, yeah. You are a blue mage after all.
That's true.
Can I say, I don't understand why this card's good even.
Yeah, okay. Isn't that card like $20 right now?
Yeah, this one's like $30 because it's full art foil.
Yeah, I
don't know why it's good.
Yeah, you can't cast it until your third turn. Like it's probably awful in Commander, so it's got to be some.
I think I
standard
saw
reason. What's it called?
a buddy of mine
It's
told me
Jace
Reawakened. So people have been doing the only thing I've really seen, which is like okay, is people cast the double-sided Tybalt Planeswalker.
Oh yeah, and then they cast like the big side.
And then they cast it for the big side, yeah. But other than that, I don't get why this card's so expensive. It doesn't seem that good to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional. But yeah, good pulls. I don't. Maybe I should put.
Yes, looking back in the chat now, you didn't make me tear up the card. I did that of my own free will. It'd be funny. I also before I did it too, I looked up the price. I'm like, oh, it's 50 cents tops. Okay, I won't feel. You know what I mean? If it would have been a $10 card, it would have been worth it for the meme. But I appreciate it, but that said, don't feel like you influenced any destructive tendencies. That was solely done on my own.
I do so much wish it worked though. Like, I'm so down to rule 0 that deflecting bomb saves you from lethal. Like, I don't care at all.
Well, I mean, lethal from one source. If you're getting attacked by a whole, like, if you're getting attacked by 20 10/10 tokens, then, you know, like, yeah. I agree with what you're saying, Tribs.
If the card reads prevent the damage, I don't want him to take damage.
Yeah, like, prevent the damage, but actually, you take the damage. Like,
yeah, but you still die from no damage at that point, yeah.
No.
Well, while we wait for Taco to get back, sorry, I want to read. So Jace Reawakened is a 3 loyalty planeswalker for 2 blue, and says you can't cast this card during the first, second, or third turns of the game. So it does count your opponent's turns. Okay, so that's all right. That's already a little bit different. +1, draw a card, then discard a card. So you could play this on turn 2, hypothetically, in Commander if you wanted to. +1, draw a card. So +1 is loot. So maybe graveyard-based decks. Second +1, you may exile a non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your hand. If you do, it becomes plotted. So plotted cards mean that you can cast them again later for their plot cost.
For free.
Yep. Okay. So no, I don't think it's. No.
Yeah.
So
you're
right, it is for free.
It from.
Okay, yeah, you cast it from exile for free, but it has to be on a different turn. So you can't plot a card and then instantly cast it, and it's
your next turn.
Sorcery speed and your next turn. So okay, I can see how that works with Tibalt, because Tibalt is a 2-mana creature that has a backside as a planeswalker, and then you cast it, and then as it's casted and resolved, you can cast it for the planeswalker side. I'll pull up Tibalt here in a second, but the -6 is until end of turn. Whenever you cast a spell, copy it, choose new targets for the copy. So the +6. So really, this card is working on its second +1, and that's Valky. Valky, God of Lies.
The second ability is the major one for sure.
Before we move on, I really want to highlight a first-time chatter from, I'm probably going to butcher this, but there's a lot of words here. It's to, I don't even know.
It's
CYUNVME. It's to.
It's me. How about just take the first part and the last part?
We're doing it's
me.
So you just started playing Magic 3 weeks ago and bought 4 boxes, 2 decks, an OTJ pre-release, and probably 18 additional packs. Well, thank you for joining. It's easy to see why you envy me. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. But I'm so glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're on stream as or you're in chat as we're waiting for our 4th player to get back. But yes, welcome. I'm so happy to hear that you picked up all those things, because it is always such a great feeling knowing, like, just unsleeving, unpackaging some new products. You'll have to let us know. You said you bought 2 decks. What decks did you pick up? Because that is always super interesting to know. And then you got to let us know if you decide to join the Discord, which I highly recommend. You can throw in your polls from all those, because you said you bought 18 additional packs and 4 boxes. So that's crazy. I'd love to know some of those really sweet polls. You're trying to build a Tiny Bones pickpocket deck. Yeah, Tiny Bones.
Sweet.
That is awesome to hear. But I did want to read quickly this Valky. To kind of know why it combos with Jace. So Valky on the front side is just a 2/1. It enters, each opponent reveals their hand. For each opponent, you exile a creature card until Valky leaves, and then you can pay X and choose a creature exiled with Valky, and Valky becomes a copy of it. So front side's kind of cool. Backside is Tibalt Cosmic Imposter. As Tibalt enters the battlefield, you get an emblem with you may play cards exiled with Tibalt, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. +2, exile the top card of each player's library, so obviously that means that you can play them. -3, exile target artifact or creature, so got some really powerful removal. And then -8, exile all cards from all graveyards and add 3 red mana. So yeah, Tibalt just entering, giving you an emblem right away, has removal if you need it. You have, card draw in the form of exiling the top card of everyone's library, and then a really powerful -8. So yeah, Tibalt Cosmic Imposter is just a banger of a card, and to play that for free on turn, hypothetically playing that on turn 3 would just lock the game. Envy Me, that's what we're going to shorten that up to. I hope you don't mind. You got Stella, Wildcard, and Zuladoc. Oh yeah, insanely powerful. Funny enough, Zuladoc actually was one of the companion decks that came. Anikthea and Zuladoc came out in the same set, so that's exciting. But I do see that Taco Tony's headphones have moved. Taco, welcome back.
Back.
Well then, since you are back, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up the turn order. Brohan, you're good with your hand? Question mark.
We'll see.
All right. Well, it looks like
It's something.
I did just shuffle it 3 times. It looks like Tribs and Johan didn't move. Taco and I switched places. So Taco, you're actually going to start. And I will just remind everyone of the question of the day, which is, do you play any limited formats outside of Commander? So with that being said, Taco, when you're ready, I think you may start. Yeah, I'm good with this hand.
All right. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna play a Scoured Barrens, which will get me 1 life. Today I'm bringing out my Brimaz, the
Yes.
Light of Erethkos, which is I made it into a Phyrexian typal deck.
Hmm.
And I don't play any other like limited format other than Commander
Gotcha.
in real life.
Thank you, Envy Me, for the follow.
And after that, I will pass.
Sweet.
Good.
What up? I'm Tribs. Tonight I'm playing Phabine. This is a Naya tokens deck, a little bit of parlay action going on. So everybody's gonna draw some cards, and I'm hopefully gonna benefit from that.
Oh yeah.
Not doing much, just playing a Rugged Highlands, ETPs, and I gain a life, so I'm immediately winning, which is great.
Nice.
And then I actually have yet to play any other formats. I'm a playset of Archive Traps away from my modern deck being done.
Ooh,
Actually, I was talking
Oh,
to
heck yeah.
Johan.
You're way ahead of me.
Johan about getting a couple modern decks together, maybe playing jamming some games sometime. So close to that. And then the only other format I'd really look into playing, I think, is Pauper. I think Pauper looks really fun.
Pauper.
Good budget decks, just like fix my play style. I know a lot of the cards and such. But yeah, that's it. I'd love to get into them someday, but I get my itches in other card games, like for 1v1 most of the time. And that's it.
All right, Reliquary Tower for turn. For me, I've pretty much only played Commander. I did a pre-release event for Ixalan on accident. Showed up to a store. I showed up to a store Friday night. They normally have Commander, and they're like, "Oh, we're doing pre-release." And I'm like, "Well, I'll give it a try." And it was I did not do well because I was not prepared for it, nor had I done it before. But I still had a lot of fun. I'd like to do more of that. But as Trip said, I'm trying to dip into affordable Modern if that can exist. That said, I'm building, if you've seen before on the channel, I've run my Amalia deck, and Tribs told me that there's an Amalia deck an Abzan Amalia deck in Modern. So that's what I'm currently working on. I got lucky enough to pull a Force of Vigor, the raised textured, sought after version from Thunder Junction. That's what it's called. Oh, that was a really lucky pull because that's part of the list. So it's a little slow right now, but I'm hoping in a month or two to have the finances to just finish the rest of the deck out. But anyway, Reliquary Tower for turn. I'm playing real quick my favorite deck. It's my Angel Tribal Grand Unifier.
Yeah, look at that sweet altar.
Yes. And there are some Phyrexians in here too. So Taco, we should be buddies.
You guys are friends. Well, I
Got any
do
We're
want
on
to
the same side.
Before I start my turn, I do want to just shout out Envy Me. Thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to Taco. Me and Taco definitely appreciate that. And Thea in chat says, affordable Modern where? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
With that being
Minus
said,
the lands, it's quite affordable.
I'm going to draw my first magic card.
That's why I went mono blue.
Ooh. All right, I will play a Necroblossom Snarl. I will reveal a Swamp. I'm going to tap 1 and just get out of burbs. And then I will pass.
Untap. Upkeep and draw. I'm gonna play a Lane for turn. Then I will pass.
Sweet.
Um,
And
oh,
double
yeah,
keep
there we go.
draw. Let's go. Let's play a plains. Tap 2 to Farseek.
Farseek.
Let's go get a mountain into play tapped and be done.
Right, draw. I will play a Vault of Champions Return. I have 2 or more lovely opponents, so it enters in untapped.
That is
I will
true.
tap for 2, get out Giada, Font of Hope.
Nice.
Pass.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's
Font
pretty nice
of Hope.
in Angels.
Yeah.
Sick.
Shout a Font of Hope. Alright, sweet. I will untap. I will draw. I will play the Sungrass Prairie as my land for the turn, and I think I'm just going to tap 3 and play Old Rutstein. Let me pull them up for the spell table in the chat. Old Rutstein. So when Old Rutstein enters the battlefield or at the beginning of my upkeep, I mill 1 card. So let's go ahead and do that. I will mill a land card, Temple of Milady. So when I mill, let's see. If a land card is milled this way, create a treasure token. Then, if a creature card is milled, you create a creature. If a non-creature, non-land is milled, you create a blood, which I'm pretty sure blood tokens, I'll have to look up specifically, but I think, isn't it pay 1, tap and sack, and then you loot, you discard, and then draw?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
All right, yeah. And then after that, I'm done. Taco, you can go.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna play a swamp. I'm gonna pay 2. I'm gonna play a card called Dune Mover.
Dune Mover.
When it enters, I get to search my library for a basic land card, reveal it, and then shuffle and put that card on top.
Sounds good.
Reveal a swamp.
And it's got Toxic 1.
Yeah, I just like it for the search effect.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I pass.
Alrighty. I'll untap. Draw this magic card. Play a Forest Return. Let's see. I will pay 3 for Heraldic Banner. I'm going to name green, or no, let's go with white actually. So creatures of the chosen color get +1/+0, and I can tap to add a mana of the chosen color. That being white. I'll tap this for green and this for white to Rampant Growth.
Look at this ramp.
Go get a basic into play tapped, and that is all my game actions. Probably a plains, I'm thinking. Be done.
All right, Forest Return. I will tap 3. And I will cast a Spelunking. When it enters, I draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can put a land from hand on the battlefield. It will be this Exotic Orchard.
Nice.
And then
Wow, look at all
lands
this ramp.
I control enter untapped.
That's so good.
Nice.
With that, good old Giada here is flying in Vigi, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one solid for Lyonix, our good friend, and go for that first blood.
Yep.
And you know what? Azoreign, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Take one.
I know. I'm taking 2. So.
Oh, that's right. It's 2. It's not 1. Even
Yep,
better.
It's a 2/2.
OP needs a nerf.
Yep. Nerf it.
Yeah.
Ban it. Ban the card.
Ban it along with Restrict Study. Just
Yeah, I
kidding.
know.
Please don't. Pass.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Mill first. So I will mill an enchantment. So that is a non-land, non-creature. So I'll create a blood. I don't think I have any blood tokens, so I'll just have to draw that here in 1 second. Now I'll draw my card. I will just play that swamp that I revealed. So now I do have 5 mana here. Let's go ahead and maybe, I feel like everyone's getting to a point where I can play this comfortably. Sacrifice treasure 3. and 5. I'll play Underrealm Lich.
Nice.
It's a very
this
strong
card.
magic card. So, Underrealm Lich says, if I would draw a card, instead look at the top 3 cards of my library, and I put 1 into my hand and the rest into my graveyard, pay 4 life, and tap the Underrealm Lich, it gains indestructible. After that, I've got Old Rutstein, but you know what? Tribs,
Yep.
go back to 40, please.
I guess.
Thea in the chat, Azoreign, question for you. Do you think the rules mistake we made with Palm of Deflection affected the outcome of our game? I
don't think so.
So my opinion, Thea, I think you still would have managed to pull off a win because I think you had a pretty strong board state there. But I do think that Tribs being knocked out, and so Tribs being knocked out, Brohan wouldn't have lost Valamakis and Karlach, so that would have been 2 extra attacks and 2 extra activations off of Valamakis. I think Brohan keeping his 2 creatures could have really changed the outcome. Possibly, because that deck is very strong. It cast 2 free spells. Brohan would have done, Velmakis would have been, what, Brohan? He would have been like a 7/5, attacking twice, so that's 14 damage and 2 free spells. I think Brohan had a really good chance to affect the outcome, but I don't know if it would have been enough to really change it. So that's my opinion.
Yeah.
And with that,
I don't remember
I'm gonna pass the
exactly.
talk out.
I don't remember exactly, but in my head, I think I would have killed you on my turn, Thea, with the cards in hand. I'm not positive. It might have been through commander damage, because I think I had at least one way of
Like a pump spell.
getting him bigger. Yeah. I'm not 100%, but with the 2 combats, what I had out on the board, I think I was looking at either killing you or putting it close. But it is what it is. It made for, looking back, nice, Brimaz is out. In retrospect, it's something funny to look back on and we'll always question. So I'm not that salty about it. Like I said, it's kind of funny. So
Yeah, the way I always
that's
think
how I
about
see it
that
now.
is, we always have, now that we kind of understand it, we hopefully won't make that mistake the next time. And, it's still fun. It was still a really enjoyable game. It was a really long game, a lot of fun, a lot of things were played. I think that you won in a solid way. You drained us all out. So, nothing more to complain about. Like, even not complaining, it's just like we kind of flubbed that a little bit. But I mean, that happens so often. I feel like that it's not a big deal. And that doesn't take away from your win, Thea, in my opinion.
I'm paying 6 for my commander.
Yes.
Phabine, Boss's
I
Confidant.
need
Legendary
to
Creature
choose-
Cat Advisor.
Yep. Creature tokens you control of haste. So good.
Yeah, 3/6 with what he just said, and then it has Parlay. So at the beginning of combat on my turn, each player reveals the top card of the library for each land card this way. I create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. Then creatures I control get +1/+1 until end of turn for each non-land card revealed this way. Then everybody draws a card.
Yep.
So I would like to move to combat,
Yes.
and we will parlay.
So we
I
all
got it.
reveal
Ring.
Spear of
A
Safety.
deafening
Definitely
Clarion.
Path to Exile.
Alright, so we all draw those. I get no tokens because no lands, and then my team gets +4/+4 until end of turn technically. Which isn't of much use. So after that I'll be done.
Dang. No tokens.
Yeah. Such is the way of this deck sometimes.
All right.
Soul Ring for Tony though. That'll help.
I'm going to start. I'm going to tap 2. I'm going to cast a Gift of Estates.
Gift of
So,
Astades. We'll have to tell
yeah,
good guy
Gift of
Dawson.
Astades.
Gift of Astades.
So if opponent controls more lands than me, which is I think it might just be Tribs,
Tribs definitely.
for sure one of you. I tutor for 3 plains cards, reveal them, and go into hand. So they don't have to be basic. So since my lands will not be entering tapped, I will grab 3 of my Triumphs.
Dang.
I'll get for sure Rafine's Tower. And then... So not that one. So yeah, I'll get all of them.
And they don't enter tap because of splunking? Dude, that power play right here.
Correct.
Dang.
No,
Alright.
they don't come into play now. They go to hand.
Oh, okay. I was like, dang, that is actually nuts. Like,
Yes, if we want to, fix the game and
Do what's right.
do what's right and have them come into play, I am here for it.
Maybe not this time.
It'll probably cost more than 2 mana to cast then. But, so there they are: Rafine's Tower, Spar's Headquarters, and Indatha Triome. So I will do a quick shuffle. Those go to hand. I will put out the Rafine's Tower, entering untapped.
So good.
And then I will move to combat. Taco, I'll hit you for 2 in the air. All right, and pass.
4 mana up and passing, and we all know that he has Path to Exile.
Yeah, Path to Exile guy.
Untap. Upkeep. Old Ruddy. Gonna mill a... Oh, that kind of sucks. Oh, my commander brings back enchantments. That doesn't suck. Teleportation Circle, which is a non-land, non-creature, so I will make a second blood token. Then I'll draw my card, Underrealm Lich's replacement effect. I'll look at the top 3, and I will put... I don't have to reveal it, so I'll put that one in my hand, and then I'll put Agent of Erebos, which is an enchantment, and Mesa Enchantress, which is not, into my graveyard. Alright, starting my turn for realsies, I will play Tainted Wood as my land for the turn. Take a land for the love of God. Then I can... So that's 3, my commander's 5, so I would not have enough. I think I'm just going to tap out, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think I'll just play my commander, Anikthea, and I'm actually going to grab the teleportation circles. When she enters or attacks, I get to reanimate an enchantment from my graveyard as a 3/3. So actually, I'm going to use the card just so we remember effects. It exiles the card, so this is just a token, but it's a 3/3 creature in addition to its other types. So teleportation circle is out, and it is a token. And I gotta remember the glare is like right here, so I'm gonna stack my board in maybe kind of a weird way, but I just want to make sure everyone knows what I have out. So teleportation circle is here as a 3/3 creature.
Pretty good.
I'm just trying to think, is like, I feel like I have a pretty good attack against Brohan. Like Giada only is a 2/2, but I know that Brohan has Path of Exile. I know, so it's
the only thing can kill the Lich.
Ugh, yeah, I know, because Lich can become indestructible. I think I'd rather, well, I mean, maybe Brohan's got something else he wants to do. We're gonna say, we're gonna live on the edge. Brohan, I'm attacking you for 4 with the Underrealm Lich. We're gonna see if he wants to take 4, block, or force that path.
By the way, Azo, did you... I think Underrealm Lich's effect still would happen for Phabine. I don't know if you did that last time.
Oh. I didn't, yeah. I missed it.
But we'll keep that in mind.
Yes, please. Well, if he survives, I don't know. Brohan could just take him out.
For the time being, I will take 4.
All right. Take 4. I have nothing else to do. I will go to my end step, and my teleportation circle will trigger. Anikthea will leave. Anikthea will re-enter, and I will reanimate Enchantress's Presence. So Enchantress's Presence says whenever I cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. And then after that, I am done. Taco, you can go.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. I'm gonna play a swamp. For 1, I'm gonna play that Soul Ring also.
Yep. Figures.
Now, which one should I do? Why not? 2, 4. 5. Johan, you ain't the only one with an angel. I got a shattered angel.
Oh, heck yeah. Phyrexian Angel for the win.
Yeah, it is a Phyrexian angel, so it will set off my commander, making me an incubator token.
Nice. Let me just
And the
remind everyone.
incubation-
So Brimaz says whenever you cast a Phyrexian creature or artifact spell, so actually you should have another incubate for Soul Ring, where X is the spell's mana value.
No,
Whenever you cast an artifact
creature spell.
or artifact creature spell. Duh, yeah, reading explains things. Artifact creature spell, sorry. Incubate X where X is the spell's mana value, and then you can pay 2 and transform it at any time. At the beginning of each end step, if a Phyrexian died under your control this turn, proliferate. That, yeah, Brimaz is cool.
Okay.
After that, I will pass.
All right. And sad. Keep draw. Interesting.
I know.
Interesting. Let's just start out. I'll pay 3. Taco Tony's about to gain a lot of life with me.
Okay.
For the Entish Restoration, I will sacrifice this Plains, and then I search my library for up to actually. Phabine is actually a 4 power right now because she's getting +1 from the Heraldic Banner.
Yeah.
So I'll search my library for 3 basic land cards with them play tapped and shuffle. So I'll do that.
Whenever a land enters, I get 3 life, so I'm gonna gain 9 life from that.
Dang.
Factual statement.
Wow.
Let's just get another mountain that I passed. Ramping. Alright. No cut. Then you're gonna gain more life because I'm playing Read Landscape.
You're feeding.
I must. And then I'm gonna be a little greedy. Maybe not the best. Tapping 4 for a Healer of the Pride. It's a 2/3 cat cleric. When another creature ETBs under my control, I gain 2 life.
Nice.
Then I would like to move to combat,
Yes.
and we will all parlay. So you
yes.
still reveal the top, and
Yep,
then
I was gonna
you
say I
draw
read
after.
Phabine, so I reveal, but then I draw. So yeah.
Yep.
So you're getting 3 lands from us.
3 lands and a non-land. I got Primal Force Mage. Actually, 6 cards in this deck, and we'll all draw.
So then my replacement effect will happen. You guys know I have a swamp, and I will. Okay. I'm actually going to put the swamp and
I'm gonna
a Beseiju in my graveyard, and then I'll draw this card.
I'm going to gain 6
We'll
life
send you.
off 3 creatures entering from my Healer of the Pride.
Oh yeah.
Then I have a bunch of 3/2s.
That's pretty strong.
Maybe I like blockers right now, so I'll chill. And P the T.
Right, untap and draw. Ho ho ho.
So Brohan did
I
not
like what I see.
use that path before his turn. Interesting.
Correct.
We'll see what he's got.
You're quite observant, Blue Mage.
My eyeballs
Um,
are here.
I'm going to play a Spara's Headquarters Return. So gain your life, Taco.
Jeez. Dang, this Shattered Angel putting in work. Brohan, I have a new idea for Amalia.
True.
Uh-oh.
That and the Spectrum Sentinel.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. Shoot, what do I want to do here? I think I have to do this play. I'm going to tap for 2 and a blue. Cast one of my favorite cards in the game.
Ristic
Fade away.
Study.
Ristic Study!
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
So I'm sure that Brohan was really happy when I discarded Boseiju.
Yep. And then move to combat. Taco's got a flyer now, which sucks.
Yep.
But Tribs does not
No
from the looks of
flyer.
it, correct? So I will hit you for 2.
Yep. Taking 2.
And then I will pass.
Okay. I have no flyers. Do you want to hit me for 2?
I swung at Tribs already.
Oh, duh. I was planning out my...
If you want to just take 2,
Yeah,
go
all
for
right.
it. But
All right,
it would
untap.
be from
Psychic damage?
Giada. Yeah, emotional damage. 2 emotional damage
Untap,
to Azoreign.
upkeep, mill. It is an Ondu Spirit Dancer, which is a creature, so I'll make a 1/1. I'll put the 1/1 up in the glare spot. That's literally just a 1/1 insect with no abilities. Then I will draw my card. Seems too good to pass up. I'm gonna take this magic card, and then I will put Starfield to Nyx into my graveyard, and along with Skull Prophet. Then
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay 2 life. I'll shock in a Godless Shrine. Now here's the thing. So I need 2.
Want to gain the life?
into- Yes, Taco, gain your stinking life. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this. I will pay 2. I'll cast Starfield Mystic, which just says enchantments cost 1 less. And then whenever an enchantment I control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Starfield Mystic.
You pay
Oh, shoot. So, yeah, you're casting that. So, will you pay or may I draw?
Let me do a little bit of math here, because it'd be... I need that. I will pay 1 for that, but I think you're gonna get to,
I will remember that.
I think you're gonna get to make a few here, though, or you're gonna get to draw a few here. I'll then pay 2. Wait a second, how do I want to do this? Because it'd be 4. That's everything, yeah. I'll pay 2. I'm gonna play a Jukai Naturalist, which just says enchantments cost 1 less. Pulling it up for stream. Hopefully Spell Table, come on. Spell Table like doesn't work when things are closer. It's like it works really well when things are kind of farther away. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of rearrange my board here because I'm making a lot of things. So Jukai Naturalist is an enchantment. Enchantress's Presence will draw me a card, but then Underrealm Lich will replace that effect, and I will look at the top 3. Put 1 into my hand. I'm going to put Soul Ring and Defense of the Heart into my graveyard. Then I will pay 1 mana with the birds, and I will just play a Sanctum Weaver. Just tap, add X mana to my mana pool, where X is the number of enchantments I control. Since that's another enchantment, I will draw a card again. Look at the top 3. I will put 1 into my hand. I'll put Athreos, shout out Thea in the chat if you're still here, into my graveyard, and Verduran Enchantress into my graveyard.
Okay.
All right. So I'm tapped out. I've played a land. Can't do anything else. I will go to combat, and my enchantments currently have Menace. Anikthea gives my enchantment creatures Menace. So I'm going to send... Man, I mean, Taco's just got so much life over there. What's your... Tribs has got a ton of blockers. The Angel's only a 3/3.
Yes.
Oh shoot! Real quick, did you pay for the Jukai Naturalist?
Nope, I cannot.
Thank you much.
So I think I will attempt to do this. I'm going to send Underrealm Lich at Taco. Excuse me. And then I think I'm going to send... Oh man, I want blockers for Tribs' turn, but...
No.
I think I'm just going to send... I'll send the Lich at Taco for 4, and I'm going to send Anikthea for 4 at Johan, because Johan only has 1 creature. Then,
Rigor.
on attack, I think I will just reanimate Athreos. So Athreos will enter as a 3/3, but he still has all his other abilities. I know, sorry, it's this glare right here. So this is Jukai Naturalist, 2/2 lifelink, enchantments cost 1 less. This is an 0/2 tap at X, where X is the number of enchantments I control. And then Starfield Mystic.
So, reading this correctly, whenever something brought back from Anikthea dies, it goes to hand, unless pay 3 life since they're creatures.
No,
'Cause of the
so
token,
these are tokens. So
Yes, but it says die. It does not say graveyard. So like if someone were to block one of those,
They're already
then
exiled.
it would trigger.
yeah, these
Aetherios.
are gone. So like I take it back to my
I see what you
hand.
mean.
They're
Yep,
exiled.
that's right.
It's
Sorry.
just a token, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So what is Anikthea?
she's a 4/4 with menace.
4/4. That's all that's coming at me.
Yep, just the 4/4.
I will take the 4 for now.
All right, so then I will go to my end step, and strangely enough, I kind of have a plan here. I'm not gonna flicker Anikthea because I don't think I really need those right now. I'd rather save those for later. I'm gonna flicker Old Rutsteed, so he'll leave and come back, and I will mill a card. And I'm kind of hoping it's a land card. And it is Twilight Mire.
Nice.
Mill that and create a treasure, and then I am done. Taco, you can go.
Calculate.
Untap. Upkeep and draw.
Will you pay for that draw? Or sorry, it's cast. I'm thinking the wrong.
That's my
Man, I always mix them up every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Damn
Play
those
a
cards.
swamp for turn.
Should read the card first.
Doesn't help. Oh man. I got one opponent with 1 billion life, one opponent with 1 billion enchantments, one opponent with 1 billion cards.
Yep. And then Tribs with
Hopefully
with
1 billion
the-
tokens.
Yeah, hopefully. Phabine is such a cool Naya commander. Like, maybe not my
So good.
speed that I'd like to build, but I think I really appreciate her design.
I think it's
I'm
a
gonna play
great
a card
commander
called
card.
Etched Host Doombringer.
Etched Host Doombringer.
Are we bringing Doom?
He enters, I get another Phyrexian Incubator token.
Thea, you're working on Rin and Siri. I don't know, Thea, if you know our friend Bodevro, he has had a Rin and Siri deck for a while and definitely has some strong lines in it. What cards are you excited to add into that, Thea?
And tap 2.
Real quick, sorry, did you pay for that?
No.
Thank you.
Actually,
Oh, no.
yeah, you can draw.
So when
It's so
Etched
chill.
Host Doombringer enters, target opponent loses to choose 1. Choose target battle, and if opponent protects it, remove 3 defense counters from it. Otherwise, put 3 defense counters on it. So
Tribs take 2.
yeah, Tribs, get wrecked.
Yeah.
Taco really needed that too.
Alright. Alright. Azoreign, I'm gonna swing this 2-1 over at you.
Are you in your? I'm assuming you want it to be blocked. What happens when it dies?
I mean,
Anything?
nothing.
I'm nervous. I'll block with my Athreos, who is currently 3/3 indestructible.
It will die. The only thing that's wrong with it is it had a toxic 1, which would have given you poison counter.
And then you can proliferate. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Now-
not bad.
Wish I could
I'm gonna
handle
go to
this player.
instep.
This is really annoying.
And because Phyrexian died, my commander will proliferate.
Oh. Okay. Yep. Go for it.
Nothing bad happened. I'll pass.
Okay. Let's see.
This is where the fun begins.
Draw a Magic the Gathering card. Oh, it's actually a great one. Command Tower. How greedy do I want to get?
I can still hear you. I'm gonna. Thea says to try pointing the light upwards. So I have 2 lights right now. I have one pointing up, and this other one is pointing down at my board. Let me try pointing both of them up.
How many cards in hand, Johan? Brohan?
Just 10.
Just 10.
Okay, that is both the lights
Okay.
pointed straight up and at max brightness.
Well, let's pay 3. I will cast a King Darien, the whatever. Other creatures I control get +1/+1. He's a 2/3. I can pump 5 into him to put a counter on him and create a 1/1. And I can sacrifice him to give my creature tokens I control hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
Okay.
Yes. Then
Oh, King, what's his name? King
King Darien XLVIII, I
the
think.
14th.
It's gotta be bigger than that, no? Texas 10, L is... I
I
don't
tried to play
remember.
him a little bit in standard when he came out, and I'm fairly confident that it's the 14th.
Alright. I'm gonna tap for 1, and X being
No, that's the
3
48th.
Is it?
twice.
Yeah.
I would
L is
believe
50,
Rohan.
X before it reduces it, so XL is 40, and then you have 8.
Rohan's smart. Believe him.
By the way, I didn't pay for him,
Oh, thank you,
but
buddy.
but I will pay for this next one. So I'm tapping 1, and then X is 3, and then an extra for Ristic Study for Pest Infestation. Destroy X target artifacts and or enchantments. Create twice X 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens with whenever this creature dies, gain 1 life.
Okay.
My targets are
Wow.
Rhystic Study.
Wait, I'm sorry, what was X? Sorry, Tribs, I was too busy.
Oh, 3.
Worried. Okay, so Rhystic is 1, and then like my entire you have a lot to choose from over here. The only one you can't is obviously Athreos because he's indestructible, but then other than that, I have like everything.
Yeah, so much.
Can I make it? If you want this to happen, don't target Rhystic Study.
Can I target Spelunking?
The blue mage holding up mana.
I mean, it would still hurt.
Yes,
But
that's the point.
I mean, I've got the. Apart from card draw, I've got the least going on. I'll feel less bad. If you target Spelunking instead and 2 other gas things somebody else had, I'll probably let it resolve. I cannot lose the Rhystic Study right now. So, but I also want the value of this for the board's state as a whole.
And respect the politicking. So I think we'll go. I think probably the best options. Ooh, I don't know.
Got a lot.
Would you go Teleportation Circle or Sanctum Weaver?
Like Sanctum Weaver will give me a ton of mana. Yeah, my next turn.
I think
X is 2.
X is 3.
X is 3. So I think.
I think I'd do Spelunking, Sanctum Weaver, probably Enchantress Presence. I don't know. Sanctum Weaver's good too. Or not Sanctum Weaver, Teleportation Circle.
I'd almost say the Circle.
Yeah, we'll go Circle.
And then Sanctum Weaver.
Circle, Sanctum, Spelunking. It's my targets.
Okay. So since Teleportation Circle is just a token, so I don't imagine, like, Athreos doesn't matter. You could just say, oh, it goes back to your hand. So this is just exiled. But Sanctum Weaver is not. So Sanctum Weaver Tribs. Actually, I'm going to choose Brohan because he has the least amount of life. Are you going to pay 3 life or let me take this back?
So it goes to Graveyard?
If you pay the 3 life, it will go to my graveyard.
And you can just get it back.
I'm gonna make 6
but
pests.
For free.
I'm also
I'm gonna make you.
Sorry, you Brohan.
I will make you cast it. So put it in your hand.
To my hand. Okay. Then Starfield Mystic, since 2 enchantments died, I will put 2 1/1 counters on him.
Then I'm gaining 12 off my 6 creatures entering from Healer the Bride.
Okay, and I'm guessing you also didn't pay for Pest Infestation?
I did pay for Pest Infestation, I didn't pay for King
not
Darien.
for Darien.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then we'll go to combat. I'd like to parlay with you guys, if that's okay. No things happening before then? Any pathing or anything?
No.
I got Franco, 10th Street Kingpin.
I will reveal.
I got a swamp
tutor.
Alright, so that's 3 lands, 1 land, 3 non-lands. Got it.
And I'm gonna do the Underrealm Lich.
Yep. I will get a Citizen ETB. I'll gain 2 more life, and then my team gets +3/+3 until end of turn. My citizens.
I'll put
are
a
actually
Gillick
quite
Tutor
low.
and Satyr Enchanter into my graveyard. What are you're getting +3/+3?
Yep, +3/+3 until end of turn from Phabine. +1 to all white creatures, +1/+0, and +1/+1 to all other creatures from King Darien.
Sure.
I'm gonna split up. I'll send. Let's see. I have 10 tokens. I'll send 3 of them at each of you and leave 1 pest back.
And just remind us, how big are they?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the mathing on that. Let's see. So these are 4, 5, 6. So these are all 6 5s. We'll have 3 6/5s coming at you, Asa.
3, 6.
Then we'll have a let's see. and then the rest are 5/5s. So 3/5/5s coming to you, Tony, or no, there's 3/5/5s coming to you, Tony, and then Brohan, you'll have a 6/5 and 2/5/5s.
Okay. I will block the 6/5 with Giada. Take 10.
Got it.
I'm going to block one of your 6/5s with Athreos. I'll block one with my Pest, and then I think I'm just taking the other 6. Go to 30.
Got it.
And you said you're sending 3?
Yep, 3/5/5s at you, Tony.
Okay, I'm gonna block one with the 6/6 Phyrexian, one with my Etch Doombringer, and then I'll take 5.
Okay, one of my things die, is that correct? Is that right, Taco Tony? One of my things will die?
Yep.
When it dies, I'll gain 1 life. Since it's a pest. And that was explosive enough for me. I'll be done.
At the beginning
In
of your end step,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Since the Phyrexian died, yeah. You get to proliferate.
I have something as well in your end step. I'm going to tap for white, black, and 1 more. And I'm going to Anguish Unmaking Athreos. So I'll lose 3 life, and I exile target non-land permanent.
Dang. Yep. You be exiled. Can't do anything about that. Do I have any... I don't think I have any triggers off of... My board is getting smaller and smaller.
What a shame.
Alright, untap and draw. Alright.
Had enough of Athreus BS from Thea in the chat.
Yeah, bad memories.
I feel like Brohan's actually set up well, even though you have nothing on the board.
I have
Ristic City.
1 card.
I don't know. Ristic City is just so good. It's so good.
Y'all are like, oh, I'm just gonna keep pinging him. Yeah, I've done very little with this stack right now, except lose life.
You have another turn? Yeah.
I'm going to tap 1 and 2 black. And I'm gonna keep up the train. One might think I'm playing Rowan with all this life lost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Grim Tutor.
I'm gonna
so I'll
respond to
lose 3
Grim
life.
Tutor. And you're gonna love me, Brohan. I think. I'll pay my treasure, and I'm gonna play an Enlightened Tutor, and I can't pay, so you can draw.
Okay. Okay, so I'll draw for that.
Yep.
Thankfully, I didn't draw what I was getting.
Well, then you just go get
yeah,
it.
that would have been good if you got that. Then you could have found
Actually, no. Yep, you're right. Except I wouldn't have known what I'm getting. So.
Find the combo piece that goes with the piece you want. Did you play a land, Rohan?
Not yet.
Oh,
I
shoot.
did not.
Yeah, I forgot Taco's mega land thing.
Yeah, did you gain 1 off my land when I came in, Taco Tony? My command
Yes,
tower?
I gained 3.
Gotcha.
There's the card I want. It goes to hand. Y'all don't get to see it.
Unless you are feeling real nice.
I mean, you'll see it eventually. One hopes, right? All right.
Sure.
Let me do a quick shuffle here.
Sure that ain't your hand?
Yeah, you put it in.
Yeah, it's in hand.
Wait,
Yeah, this is my library. This stack is my hand.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
And then let's see what colors everybody make. I see white.
Naya.
No blue. Sadness.
Everything but
I make
blue.
both your colors.
All right, this sucks.
I do have to reveal. I think I'm gonna reveal Mirari's
Two.
Wake.
Pretty good.
All right, I'm going to have to lose more life this turn. I'm going to Windswept Heath. You gain 3, Taco. I will crack it, lose 1.
Dude, I've never seen this angel. It's so good.
I'm going to get a Hallowed Fountain, which I'm going to have to then shock in. So I'll lose another 2. You gain another 3. Good God.
Are you at 16 or we're both almost at 60?
This Shattered
I'm gonna kill
Angel
myself.
reminds me a lot of Sunscorch regen.
Yeah.
Let's see. You want to know how much this Scattered Angel is?
16 cents.
Yeah, like 25 cents.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Trib's already added it to
No,
his wish
no, I have
list.
no clue.
He's like 3 to cart.
I don't have
Yeah.
a deck like this goes in.
Yeah, this printing
Yeah,
is
but
like
it's just value.
16 cents.
Yeah.
All right.
The most
so there's the
expensive
Hallowed
one's like
Fountain.
76.
2 white and a blue.
Two
Supreme
white and a
Verdict.
blue.
Sup verdict.
Destroy all creatures. This spell can't be countered.
Mm.
And your
All
response
that
is going around
life
before me.
lost.
I do have a response. I'll pay 4 life and give the Underrealm Lich indestructible.
You got anything, Tony?
No.
I will sacrifice King Darian to give my tokens, creature tokens I control, hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
Oh wow. I forgot he
Great
did that.
card.
So Enchantress's Presence gets exiled. Birds and Old Ruddy go to the graveyard. Anikthea will go back to the command zone. And then
The thing about incubator
Stays
tokens,
out.
they are not creatures yet.
All right. I am tapped out, so I will pass turn.
dang, that well, I'll untap and I'll give you guys a hint at what's on the top of my library. What card I'm gonna draw. So I will
Looks like Torpor Orb.
I mean, that definitely, like, I kind of had a plan here in my hand with all that mana I was going to make.
No, you had to expect the board wipe though, surely.
Yeah. You see the that's why I had to exile Aetherios as well, just because otherwise
Yeah, I would
he's all gonna
targeted
get his
you.
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so-
would've had to, yeah, no, that was actually very, very, very smart move planning ahead on that one, Brohan.
My life total says otherwise.
Yeah, mine too. I'm not exactly.
Do I have
Swimming in
lethal on board against you right now? Hold on.
Well, I
Against
mean,
me?
your next turn.
Oh shoot, are they
Yeah.
still
No,
Big?
No.
These are 2-1s. These are 1-1s.
Oh, you still
I've-
might actually, yeah.
I have 8. And
So
then
I'm gonna do this. I'm actually gonna put this in a
Dude.
hand. I'm gonna put
I've-
Cacophony Unleashed and Mirari's Wake into my graveyard, actually. I'll play my land for the turn, which will be this Canopy Vista. And I think I'm actually just going to... Whoops. I will tap 6. That's untapped. I will play the Demon of Fate's Design. So
Ooh,
once
nice.
during each of my turns, I can cast an enchantment spell by paying life equal to its mana cost.
yeah, last time we played this, I went and bought one for my curse deck.
Yeah.
Do you run that Grixis commander for that deck?
Yeah.
That's super
Linda.
awesome.
Linda, whatever.
I just saw that card a few weeks ago and I immediately loved it to realize the lore behind the guy and all the curses.
Reanimating Mirari's Wake doesn't do anything for me right now. Reanimating Cacophony Unleashed doesn't do anything besides hurt Tribs. I think what I'd like to do... I'm going to just pay 5 life. I'm going to play Sphere of Safety.
Ooh, yeah.
It's basically a glorified propaganda right now.
Yep,
because
I know the
it's just
card.
2. So right now you'll have to just pay 2 mana to attack me with any creature, and after that I've got no mana left. But I will swing 4 at. Oh gosh, I'm gonna swing. Oh, well, hang on, Tribs. Well, hang on, Tribs has to pay to attack me, but he does have a lot of mana. But I'm sure he wants to get Phabine out, so 4 at Tribs,
I'll block with my pest.
and I'm done. Taco, you can go.
Gain a life.
Oh shoot.
That
You couldn't
yeah,
write for the cast?
I can't pay for either of them, so you draw 2.
I'm not sure it's gonna matter here soon, but
tap up, keep, and draw. I'll play a swamp for turn.
Hmm.
What? Yeah. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Good old Brimmy. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yep.
Brimaz
And
is back.
then anything causing trouble? Nope.
Pay for Ristic.
Nope. I'm gonna play a card called Thunder the Gateway. It has either I can destroy a target non-token artifact or enchantment an opponent controls and then incubate 2. Or I can incubate 2 and then transform an incubator token.
Oh yeah, and you have a 7/7 over there that you destroy target non-token artifact or enchantment. So
That's pretty good too.
That wouldn't work on yours because you can make them all tokens.
well, you can.
Works on
I
Ristic
was gonna
Study.
say you could hit Ristic Study if you want.
Hey,
You could hit Sphere of Safety to open me up for Triz's turn.
It's quite literally all I got.
Yeah.
He's kind of down on his luck right now. So
All I have to do is 12 cards.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just-
say still the fat hand.
Just as in life, just as in Magic.
Mm.
all right, and then after that, I will pass.
Alrighty. Phone's happy. Now, I think the proper thing would be to actually kill Rohan if I could. Especially the Path to Exile he's holding. that I know of still, but I want my friend to still
mean,
play
I
Magic for a
think-
little bit.
Like here, you just resolve Phabine, right?
Yeah, yeah. That is a for sure thing. We'll just start by doing that. Tower here. 4,
happens?
5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Cast Phabine. I'm gonna be a bad boy and not pay for a Ristic Study.
Well, I mean, if you knock him out right here, then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, look how good these cards are gonna do when I die.
Then I will pay. Boy, oh boy. We will pay 3. Not paying for Ristic again. Or you saw it earlier, they're Primal Force Mage. I love this card so much. It's a 2/2 Elf Shaman. Whenever another creature comes into play under your control, that creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn.
Mm,
Pretty good.
dang, that's just a straight kill shot here. Like,
Bumper.
wow.
What's that called?
Primal
Force
Mage.
Mage.
I like that art too. That's cool.
It is sweet.
Whenever another creature enters a battlefield, that creature gets +3/+3, and Phabine gives him haste. Oh my gosh!
Mm-hmm.
And the Heraldic
Then-
Banner. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
Wombat? I say Wombat, yes.
Okay. All right, this is Brohan's fate in
I got Kahiji.
Nyx Weaver.
Another land.
Next week. Okay, so 3 non-lands, 1 land.
A great card to protect all my creatures.
+3/+3. We'll
Mm.
draw. You do the non-drawing thing as a.
Oh yeah, duh. Thanks. I'm
Did you
actually
put the card in your hand already?
no.
Actually,
Well,
this
I
goes
mean,
over here.
I think I'm actually gonna put Nyx Weaver into my graveyard, and I'll put this card into my hand, and I'll put an Ash Barrens also in my graveyard.
Okay, so I have a Let's see. These are all 4/4s. I have 4/4/4s. A 7/6. No. An 8/6. Alright, first off, we'll do an 8/6. And a 4/4, a Ubrohan.
What, an 8/6 and a 4/4?
Yeah, so the citizen that entered is buffed. +3/+3, and then +3/+3, and then +1/+1. +1/+0. So that's huge. And then I think the rest is going at Tony for now.
So Brohan, Tribs is sparing your life.
How
See
much?
what you do with your next turn.
He's playing with his food.
No, I like Broad. I want him to play Magic.
Oops. We'll do that.
The bigger they.
You have 3 4/4s, and then 4. Let's see, 4 5/3s, I believe. 3, yeah.
I will block one of the 5/3s with my 7/7 and
Then
take
that's
the rest.
15.
That'll be-
what's that? Random music.
27.
Yep, 27. 15 plus 12.
Thea in chat says Tribs is sparing Johan's life so someone else can take it.
I hope not. I think he's gonna have a crazy comeback. I'm just setting him up. Can't really do much else. Didn't draw a land. So all these buffs go away at the end of my turn, and I pass.
All right. Untap in thanks
Do the thing.
and draw. We'll see here.
Ron, kick his ass.
It's a magic card.
Heroic intervention.
Yes, you saw that already. I will tap 1 neutral for a just in time, I wish, Soul Ring.
That's cool.
Always good to
Um,
have.
I mean, technically I net 1 on this turn, so sure. 2, 3, 4. White.
And
So a
like,
total of 7 mana. My only lifeline, which I drew, I think actually on your turn, Tribs, off Ristic Study.
yeah.
Maybe.
7 mana. Sarah's
I drew off a
Emissary.
Ristic Study. There's Emissary.
Hey, I guessed it right. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay.
So as I choose a creature, or I choose a card type, it's going to be creature. So me and creatures I control have protection of the chosen type.
Nice.
So a little bit of a lifeline. I will then play a Temple of Plenty for turn. Drawing 1. That can go on the bottom. And I will pass.
Untap. Upbeat. Draw. Yes. I will go ahead.
No.
Kind of. Well, so Brohan has protection from a bunch of stuff now.
Just creatures.
Just creatures.
Tribs
lot of
could
stuff.
cast shock on his turn and I'm dead, so.
I think we're shock free of this deck, luckily.
I think I'm going to put this card in my hand. I'll put Arasta of the Endless Web and Ajani's Chosen into my graveyard. I will play a Swamp. And then we're going to pay 7 life. 1, 2,
Wow.
3,
We're doing that,
5,
Tribs?
6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
I will replay my commander, Anikthea.
Wow,
And
we can do that with
Yes, because it says you. It doesn't say from your hand. It just says once during each
Yeah.
of your turns, you may cast an enchantment spell by paying life. My commander is an enchantment.
Sick.
I'll reanimate Mirari's Wake as a 3/3.
Very nice.
Now let's see what we can do. So now Brohan doesn't have to worry about Tribs' creatures, but we still do.
Whoa. I've just a bunch of 1/1s, dude.
I mean, the thing is, though, is that Tribs has to pay life to attack me. So I almost feel like I don't
Or
want to do this. Or I don't want to do that. So I think I will... Let's go ahead and tap the Sun... Or no, that's the Signet Land. Let's tap the Canopy Vista, and I will play Sithis Harvest Hand.
Nice.
Whenever I play an enchantment spell, gain 1 life and draw 1 card.
Card's so gross.
So my turn is kind of re-shifting, like based off of this Sarah's Emissary, because I had a plan, and now I'm like, let's see what else I can do.
In response,
Yes.
Path Sithis.
Well, you have to wait for me to take a game action, but yes,
Well, on it, ETB. But yeah.
that's not something you can respond to, because nothing's happening when it enters. So you'll have to wait for me to take an
next cast.
Yeah, you'll have to wait for me to take an action.
Next
All right.
movement of the phase.
That's
whatever.
right. Sorry.
You're fine.
That gets me too.
I will then tap the Necro Snarl. I'm just going to add 2 green. And then I'll cast Sanctum Weaver, which will net me a life and draw me a card. But then, Brohan, you're going to exile Sithis. Sithis will leave the game. This is
You get a
still
basic.
floating. I'll go and get it. Is it untapped?
Tapped.
Tapped. Okay, first basic planes. Put it out. Then I will resolve the Underrealm Lich trigger. That hurts, because I was hoping to draw a couple cards here.
I know what Sithis can do, so.
So much.
I'll look at the top 3.
Oh my.
Sithis is a great solitaire player. Very good.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Nature's Lore into my graveyard. And I think I'll put Binding the Old Gods into my graveyard as well. Then the Sanctum Weaver will resolve. Still got a lot here. Let's go ahead and tap. So this is 4. This is 6. I will play a Celestial Ancient. This says, whenever I play an enchantment spell, put a 1/1 counter on each creature I control.
Okay.
Then I will just pay my last 4. So I actually have 1 floating. So what I'm going to do is I'll pay my last 4, and I'll play Abundance, which is an enchantment,
Nice.
but it's... So while I put counters on my creatures, how does this work? Because Abundance and Underrealm Lich are both draw replacements. Do I choose one?
You
One or the
choose
other.
which one you'd like, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So Abundance...
If you want to put stuff in grave, you can choose the other effect. If you want to, for like a
Gotcha.
land or something, because you're behind, or just you don't want land this turn.
Gotcha. So I'm going to put a 1/1 counter on each of the creatures as I cast Abundance.
Love abundance.
Abundance is good. And Celestial Ancient does count itself. I really wish Celestial Ancient were an enchantment. I've got 1 floating mana, so I actually think I'm going to tap and sacrifice one of my blood tokens that I made all those
Come on.
years ago. And
doing it.
I'm going to discard Buried Alive. And I'm going to draw a card. Okay.
Did you pay for Ristic on any of this stuff?
Nope.
Oh, shoot. That's right.
So I
I
casted...
got you.
I casted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards.
Oh my god.
Should have killed him.
As
forget
he
the-
had so much mana. Why? Oh. I guess he's at 2. Could be worse.
He's at 2.
Exactly.
He
It's
does
one of
have-
those like, well, cool, but
It could be worse.
He has protection from creatures, so maybe Taco did have a creature that said, target opponent loses 2, he gains 2. Maybe Taco's got that again. So
But that's a
after
creature. Can it do anything?
after that, my enchantments have menace, and you all have to pay currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana for each attacking creature, so I feel like I'm safe from Tribs for a little bit. So I'm actually going to send the Demon of Fate's Design at Tribs, which is currently a 7/7.
I can take 7.
Yeah. And then after that, I'm done, Taco.
I don't know how I got up here so high, but I got more HP than the rest of the table somehow.
Dang,
Tap
that's,
up
that's
keeps
Sarah's
them
emissary
wrong.
is so good, Rohan.
It is. It's just a life buoy right now, courtesy
like
of
this
Tribs
lightning
I'm
for
gonna play
not killing
another
me.
swamp. All right. I'm gonna pay 9 mana.
Mission, murder Tribs from Thea.
Executive order.
For my first spell, I'm gonna play a Phyrexian Delver.
Yep.
When Phyrexian Delver enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You lose life equal to that card's mana value.
Mm-hmm.
And I also gain an Incubator token.
Yep. Is Phyrexian Delver, did they update it? Is it now Phyrexian?
Yep. Phyrexian Zombie.
Yeah, because
Probably.
this pulled up the Commander
I'm gonna grab
2013.
Scattered Angel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't specify any. Alright, and then for
Use
4 mana,
5.
I'm gonna play a Phyrexian Missionary. Gaining another.
Why did it pull up the art card when I clicked on it? It's the
It did
right
that
card,
for
it's
me
just the art
earlier for a
card,
different
man.
card.
Yeah.
And because I played it ticked, I get to add or return a target creature card from my graveyard to my hand.
Nice. And you get to incubate because it's a Phyrexian. Wow.
Yep.
Look at all this synergy.
I'll put this guy back in my hand. Alright. I could freaking scan that banner. Banner is that?
What's up? The heraldic banner. This is just a mana
There it
rock
is.
that also gives my creatures +1/+0. I chose white. Green probably would have been better, but I only had the Healer of the Pride back then.
Yeah. Ribs, you're getting a 7/7.
Another 7. I will declare no blocks and take 7.
Alright. After that. I'll pass.
Alrighty. And Zach.
Let's see what Tribs has in store. This Phabine
no.
deck can go crazy with just one. You know, I like that Phabine triggers off you going to combat.
Yeah. You gotta have a 6-mana commander that does something at least.
Yeah.
If you're paying that much. Oh, yeah, this is a new card I put in here.
A lot of mana, got some tokens already, and your really sweet creature that gives +3. Yeah, this could be a really good turn from Tribs. But Johan has
Sphere of
protection from
Safety.
creatures. Yeah, I have Sphere of Safety. Johan has protection from creatures. So we'll see how this plays out.
Man, that card's so good. Wow. Just have to read a new card that I put in recently. I will read it to you guys now. Pakal.
What is this card?
Moon. It's a 1/2 human soldier. When you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a 1/1 counter on Enim Pakal. Then create X 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of 1/1 counters on Enim Pakal.
Oh no.
Beast.
Just a question for clarification. Tapped and attacking gets around my sphere of safety, correct?
Yes.
Yep. Here we go.
That is a factual statement.
They in chat. Where's Cauldron of Souls and Hirobi when you need it?
True. Interesting options. Maybe I should go to combat first. See what's popping. Yeah, we'll go to combat. If that's alright. I would like to parlay.
Yep.
I got a Cabaret Charm.
Land.
Angel.
Dang, what
Sweet.
cool art. Johan's just blinged this deck out.
Yeah, this deck is sick.
It's my favorite deck.
Then
So I'm blinging out as much as I can.
Is everyone good if I look at the top 3?
Yep. Alright, I got 2 citizens, and my team gets +2/+2. And these guys are +3/+3 until end turn from the Primal Force Mage, I guess. NM is also, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see.
Tribs Thea wants to know if you have War Leader's Call in your deck.
Oh, that's the new
Yeah, it's like the Boros
red-white one?
enchantment.
No, I haven't put it in yet, but I need to get a copy.
Okay, it's the number of +1/+1 counters.
Yeah.
You could put hardened skills in here, and it would help this deck out a little bit. Especially if you have a Nimbic Call.
Yeah, not too much 1/1 counter synergy. Actually took a little bit of it out. Okay. What's your biggest blocker, Taco Tony?
My biggest blocker is 3. Yeah, 3.
Okay. We will send these 2 freshly made tokens over your way, and 2 more. These are 4/3s. And these are, let's see. These would be 3 more. So these are 7 6s. And then I will get a trigger Anim Pakal, getting a 1/1 counter on her. And I create a gnome artifact creature token.
Yep.
Where X is the number of 1/1 counters. I don't have a gnome artifact creature token. I think I got a might somewhere. Who knows? Anyway, it's a gnome soldier. Let's use a soldier. I think. Maybe it's not a soldier. But this is going to come at you, Azok, since it's tapped and attacking.
Sure.
It gets +3/+3 from Primal Force Mage, and it's getting an additional +2/+2. So it's a 6/6, I believe.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that is all my declared attacks.
I'm gonna block the 2 biggest ones.
Yep.
Unless Ezo has something.
Nope. I'm just gonna wait and Taco, you do all your blocks and then we'll go to mine.
I'm gonna block with the Phyrexian Missionary and the Phyrexian Delver.
Got it.
The 2 biggest. And then I'll take the rest.
Yep, the rest would be 8. I believe, yeah. 2 4/3s.
And do you have something, Ezo?
How big is your attacker, Tribs?
It is a 6/6.
I really don't want to take 6 here, but I don't really know what to block with. To be straight up, I think I'm actually going to block with Anikthea. She's a 5/5.
Okay. Yeah.
She costs 4 additional mana.
Post Wombat.
Real quick as well. Did you want to pay for Anim Pakal?
Oh. Yeah, sure. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
I looked. You had a
Oh,
fat stack there, so.
Yeah.
But
Thank you. Yeah, let's pass.
On your end step, proliferate.
None of my creatures died, right? Tagatoni, you had nothing that could kill 7? Okay.
No, both my creatures died. They're one's a 2/3 and the other one's a 3/2.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm nervous for Brohan's turn here.
I think I pretty much have to do this to start. I'm gonna tap 3 and a white, and I'm gonna cast Shalai, Voice of Plenty.
Nice.
So
I like
she's
Shalai.
a 3/4 angel with flying, and then me, planeswalkers I control, and other creatures have hexproof.
Ooh.
How much did
And
you
then she's-
tap to cast her?
3 and a white. So my
Oh,
soul
three
ring,
and a
Quarry
white.
Tower.
I thought you
3
just
and a
said
white.
3.
Nope.
Yes,
And then
we'll let
she has a
priority press or priority pass around by will respond. Nobody else has anything.
Nope.
I will pay 3. 3 being Naya.
Warp. Chaos Warp. Or no, that charm.
Cabareti Charm. So I would like to deal damage equal to the number of creatures I control to target creature or planeswalker targeting the Sarah Emissary.
Dang.
It's a lot.
In response.
Should have done that during his upkeep.
Yeah. Wanted to kind of hold it.
I will. Where is it? Actually, no. Yep. Oh wait. Do I have another blue? Yeah, I'll tap this way. Counter spell.
Yeah,
He got that
That,
counter magic.
that happens for sure.
If you're gonna be playing blue, at least run a couple counter spells.
Overrated.
Yeah, I try not to be egregious with it.
All you, sir.
I will then. I forgot about this. I'll put a command tower out for turn. It's kind of useless there. Sorry. I will. Tap 3. So actually no, I can't do that. I need to keep some of that open. Sorry. I will. I'll just tap 2. Get out a Youthful Valkyrie.
Nice. Very good card for an angel
whenever
deck.
another angel enters the battlefield under my control, put a 1/1 counter on Youthful Valkyrie. Move to
Elderly
combat.
Valkyrie.
That's all the others, apparently. They're all elders except for this little one. Move to combat. I feel like right now there's no need keeping back blockers. Taco is the only one with a flyer. I don't think what spells people might have. Oh wait, they can't target it. Yeah, Tribs. I will send
Pick 7.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then I will pass turn.
Finally below the starting life.
Can I ask how many cards you have in your hand, Brohan?
Oh, 1 second.
You haven't discarded for.
I need to get out my
He's got
abacus.
Reliquary Tower was his first land.
Yeah.
I am sitting at a cool 17.
Jesus. All right, I'm gonna choose instead of Abundance. I'll go with the Underrealm Lich again for the draw on my turn. I will put a Plains. Oh, I'll put not a Plains into my hand. Forest Myth Unbound into my graveyard. Whatever, because I'm gonna play a Plains land for the turn. Guess what I had in my hand. I think I'm gonna pay 1, have 1 floating to tap and sacrifice this blood token. I will discard Doomwake Giant and draw a card. Replacement effect, thankfully. Underrealm Lich. Okay, maybe not thankfully. Discard 2 lands. Keep a 3rd.
Oh, I have the gnome. Sick.
I need a white. So I'll add 2 white to my mana pool. I'll have 1 white left. I'm going to play Search for Glory. Search your library for a snow permanent, legendary, or saga. Brohan, in your 17 cards, does this happen?
What are you searching for again? The saga
It's a snow, legendary, or saga. And I'll use my floating to pay for Ristic Study.
You may tutor.
Hers is ruinous,
Buddy. Well, no, I'm going to say this. I'm going to make things hard for Brohan here, I think. Or it's, oh, shoot, wait, it's a legendary. I'm going to try.
Whoa, now.
I need to try and force Brohan.
We're playing Magic here. Come on.
So hold up. That's a really restrictive.
Strip. Somebody got me.
I don't think I can
Yeah.
do what I wanted to do, actually. So legendary. Oh, no, okay, I can. Do I have to reveal it? Yes. I will reveal
probably
Calyx
do,
Destiny's Hand.
Why, of course. He doesn't look very snowy.
He's a legendary. Let's see what Brohan's got brewing in there. I will cast Calyx. I believe I've never cast an enchantment spell, so I haven't done that. Okay. Calyx on the stack. Mainly, Rohan, I'm pointing out Calyx is -3, which is exile target creature enchantment. Okay. Calyx on the stack.
Taco, Tribs, priority order. You doing anything?
Don't have the mana.
I
have 1 black.
priority.
I was afraid of that. I will tap for a white and a blue. Dovin's veto.
Copy. And I am going to pay for the Ristic Study and have 1 floating. Calyx will go to my graveyard.
No 18th card for you, buddy. That's where we draw the line.
Then with my 1 floating, 2, 4, 6, and 7 is floating, and I will add 1 more to pay for your Ristic Study again. No more cards for you. I'm going to play Brilliant Restoration.
Oh, that's a great card.
First time I'm ever casting it.
Oh, yeah, sick.
Return all artifact and enchantment cards from my graveyard to the battlefield. So if keen-eyed viewers may notice that I discarded this wonderful Doomwake Giant earlier.
I love getting my whole board demolished.
Gotta grab the artifacts out of here. I know I have at least a Soul Ring. That's my only artifact in the graveyard. Soul Ring is out. I'm going to choose to do this. So this is going to get really crazy here. So bear with me, chat, or people watching back, because this is going to get nuts. Obviously, I'm going to have Doomwake Giant enter first. So Doomwake Giant, all of your creatures are now getting -1/-1.
Yep. I have lots of stuff dying here.
I don't think I have actually any other ETBs. I'm just stacking ETBs. I will resolve Agent of Erebos, and I'm going to exile Taco Tony's graveyard. Well, I'm actually going to exile all your graveyards, but I'm just doing these one at a time for now.
Sure.
I'm just kind of picking out all the ETBs.
And then things get another -1/-1, right?
Yes, everything's now getting -2/-2.
I'm
then
getting 4 off the pest.
I will then play Binding the Old Gods and destroy Rhystic Study. Which will give things a further minus, so -3/-3 in total.
I guess the order of when you exile graveyards is kind of important.
Youthful Valkyrie then dies.
Okay. I will then exile Tribs' graveyard.
Sure.
Then nothing else has an Enter the Battlefield trigger. So, but, well, nothing has haste. So, Cacophony Unleashed will enter. I'm not casting it, so it does not board wipe, but it does say whenever Cacophony Unleashed or another enchantment enters, it becomes a 6/6 legendary god with Menace and Death Touch. But it will not have haste, but it is technically a creature. Then, Johan, I will exile your graveyard. And then everything will get -4. Then I will play...
Okay. Shalai will hit the graveyard, and then...
So I'll just
exile.
calculate out, like, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So creatures are going to get -10/-10 this turn.
Yeah, word.
So Myth
Bye-bye,
Unbound.
Phabine.
Myth Unbound makes my commander cost 1 less for each time it's been cast, and whenever my commander is put
Fantastic
into
card.
the command zone, I draw a card. Arasta of the Endless Web, whenever you play an instant or sorcery, I make a token. Nyx Weaver is a mill. Jukai Naturalist makes things cheaper. Defense of the Heart, and then Starfield to Nyx. Starfield to Nyx says, as long as I control 5 or more enchantments, each other non-aura enchantment is a creature in addition to its other's type with base power and toughness equal to its mana value. So right now, Sphere of Safety and Abundance are creatures, and they are able to attack. No one has any creatures, so getting my commander out doesn't matter. This does not count as playing because Brilliant Restoration just brings them back, and I'm just clarifying that because the Celestial Ancient will not give +1/+1 to each of my creatures. So with that being said, I only need to deal 2 damage to Brohan. So I think I will just send... Do I even have a... Yeah, I'll send Sphere of Safety. Let me just do math. So Sphere of Safety right now is a 5/5, but it's getting +1/+1 due to the Mirari's Wake. So that's 6 at Brohan. I'm going to try and send... Abundance is 5. Underrealm Lich currently is 5. Demon of Fate's Design is 8. Sanctum Weaver is only 2. Mirari's Wake is 5. Celestial Ancient is 5. And I think I can't attack with anything else, so that is 30 damage. So the question is, I think to speed this up, because it is almost midnight, I'm going to send the Celestial Ancient. So I have 30 damage on board. I'll send Celestial Ancient at Tribs for 5.
You're gonna send 25 at me?
And I'm gonna send 25 at Taco to knock you out as well.
Yeah. Be glad you did. Because turning your stuff into creatures, add this.
Yeah, Sunfall. Oh my gosh, that would have been the perfect answer. Believe it or not, Starfield to Nyx has actually backfired on me a few times because that happens. I make everything a creature, and then it's like board wipe, and then they all die. So it's like, yeah, okay. So Taco's taking 25, Tribs took 5, Brohan and Taco are out.
You did the right thing by killing me.
All of these are tapped, and then I have 1 card in hand. I'm going to pass to Tribs.
Rackabamir Landscape. Aha.
Oh, hey, nice.
The only reason I have this deck made is because I have so many incubator tokens.
Brimaz is a good commander.
Oh, and yeah, Brimaz is a very good commander.
Do I have?
And I pulled this
mountains?
from a bundle.
Yeah,
So this one's the
Sunfall.
shiny
Yeah, nice.
with the 2023 symbol.
Oh. Give her a good shuffle. I know.
Nothing but lands. Holy cow!
Mm.
I'm in danger. For old cut. And then
This guy would have been good.
draw. That is not the banger card I was looking for. Okay, we'll just do this. 1, 2, 3. For Deafening Clarion, deal 3 damage to each creature. Or does that get me?
Sorry, I'm just gonna pull it up for stream.
Yeah. Clarion.
Deafening Clarion. Choose 3 damage. So choose one or both. Well, I guess you don't have any creatures. Deal 3 damage to each creature. So that will kill Jukai Naturalist. That will kill Nyx Weaver. On cast, Arasta will make a token, and then it will immediately die.
Yep.
Oh, actually, sorry. These are actually getting +1/+1 from the Mirari's Wake. So that will destroy.
true.
That destroys Agent of Erebos. And I think that's it, actually.
Word.
I don't have a third one.
And Jukai Naturalists.
Word. Well, I really got nothing. Playing Phabine doesn't get me there because she's quite nerfed in the 1v1. So I'll ship it back to you.
Yeah, I think, I had 30 with just these creatures, so my next 3 cards are Grasp of Fate, Oblivion Ring, and a land. That's what this would allow me to look at, and...
I got 4 fogs in hand.
yeah, all
Trust me.
Source, trust me, bro. I think, I could calculate it out, but I had
enough.
a land in my hand, so yeah, I think GG.
Good one.
You know that one deck that allows you to copy creatures?
That allows you to copy creatures.
There's a lot of those things.
I found this.
What is this?
Legions to Ashes.
Let me see.
Exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls, and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent.
Ooh. Reminds me of Declaration in Stone. Exile target non-land permanent. Yeah, reminds me of Declaration in Stone, which does like a very similar, except Deck in Stone is 2 mana, 1 and a white, and then they get to investigate for each creature destroyed that way, but it does a very similar thing. And it doesn't exile, it just destroys, so yeah. Well, good game, everyone.
Yeah,
Hope everyone had a good time.
GG's.
Yeah, we like to pick out the 3 cards we felt were most impactful here.
I only have 2, other than my commander.
Since we'll go in knockout order, looks like Brohan's already got his 3 chosen, so we'll go Brohan, Tony, then Tribs, and then I'll clean us up, and then we'll find someone to raid.
All right. So first off, congrats Azoreign on the win and for having me on tonight. Taco, it's good to get a gaming with you. I feel like it's been a while since I played with you, and it's always cool to see Brimaz. Such a cool commander. I love Phyrexians, so it's just even that much cooler for me. And Tribs, always great to get a game with you, as well as see a card that surprisingly I've never seen before because it seems quite strong, as well as also very cool, like being group hug, but then also punches you a lot. So
with RNG.
Exactly. That said, first card is got to be Gift of Estates. So I was in a rough spot before this. I had 3 lands, and then I top decked one off Spelunking to get me to 4, and then no more in hand. Like I was in a bad spot, and then I drew this card that kind of made sure I never missed a land drop then. So this card really came in clutch because when I cast it, I had no lands in hand. So it's one of those that I feel like it's a little perhaps underlooked, but I think it's very
white decks.
strong.
Yeah.
And like 70% of the deck is white or has white in casting cost. So the fact that you can get planes and they don't have to be basic is huge because, like I said, I grabbed all 3 Triumphs with white in it in my color. So that card is great, especially the earlier you get it. Second off would be the Grim Tutor. This allowed me to, while it ended up being quite costly in terms of life, this got me the Supreme Verdict I needed. I had some creatures I could have thrown down, but I just felt it was going to be way too slow. Between Trib's board, Azoraign's board, and Taco's board with the that Angel out and other things, I felt I needed a wipe at that point. So this is what got me the wipe I needed. And then last but not least, it probably almost was my downfall, really, because everyone targeted me. Not hard, but Ristic Study, like I had so many great options in hand. Like you saw answers, but I had Vorinclex, I had Sheoldred, Whispering One, I had so many good things to eventually do stuff with. I just never really had the time, unfortunately. I was very much behind the 8 ball for pretty much the whole game. So while I had a fat stack of cards, thanks to Ristic Study, it was all for naught. But
just as we are about to wrap up, we got Southern Sorcerer, who's raiding with a party of 12. We just finished up, so if you are in the raid party from Southern Sorcerer, definitely stick around. We're about to just recap the game. We're going to recap. We're giving our 3 cards that we felt were most impactful. I apologize that you are getting here right at the end of the game, but thank you all for joining. Please make sure to follow and subscribe, whatever you guys want to do, as Spell Table wants to reconnect right at this moment.
Different kind of raid.
I think my internet just kind of spazzed out. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
There we
We
go.
can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
I'm back. I don't know if any of the raiders heard, so thank you guys for joining. I'll just repeat. We are talking about our 3 cards we felt were most impactful. We just finished up our game, so I apologize for that. But if you'd like to stick around, you can definitely give me a follow if you want to see more live stream Commander content. Thank you guys for coming into the chat. Thank you, Southern Sorcerer, for raiding. But yeah, we are going to go ahead. Johan just gave his 3 cards that he felt were most impactful. And then, I'm sorry, Johan, were you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I can be done.
If you'd like, this is your time. This is your time to share.
I'm not going to say anything worthwhile. But anyways, thanks again for the game. Pleasure playing with all 3 of you. And hopefully get on again sometime soon.
Definitely, Johan. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, Taco, you were next in elimination order. You want to talk about your 3 cards?
Which one I want to start with? Start with the Phyrexian Delver. It allowed me to get my last card back out from my graveyard, even though it cost me a little life. But hey, life is a resource if you know how to use it. And Phyrexian Missionary, for the same reason, it allowed me to get a card from the graveyard that I could have used. And Shattered Angel, for obvious reasons of it gained me a lot of life.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone needs to play lands if they're going to be able to play the game.
Yep.
It's not like it's punishing anybody.
Right. Yeah, I really like Shattered Angel there.
And, of course, my commander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it. Hope we could get another game in soon.
Definitely, Taco.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're able to join you. Joined us for you joined us for a game last week. You joined us again now. I know that your work schedule is usually pretty intense, so I'm glad that you were able to join us here.
Yeah, my last shift was 11.5 hours.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Well, hopefully this game could make up for an 11.5 hour shift.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down after this.
Definitely. Well, Tribs, you are up next with your 3 cards.
Sweet. I'll jump right into it. My first card I chose was the Pest Infestation. This is a recent add. I swapped out some other enchantment artifact removal to add this since it synergizes more with, making a bunch of tokens and hitting people with them. I think this allowed me to kind of control the game a little more earlier. Maybe halted Azoreign a few turns, which was very helpful. And I think if you let me kill that Ristic Study, it might have benefited you even more, Brohan. I'm not sure. Just because you're so threatening with that thing up. Such a scary card. But it performed pretty well. I cast it for X equals 3 and 3, so I made 6 1/1s, and they got pretty big at some points, which is nice. Secondly, I want to shout out King Darian the 40-something.
Yeah.
I kind of smelled a board wipe, or else I would have cast my next card. So it gave me indestructible hexproof for my tokens when the board wipe came down. Allowed me to keep my advantage a little more. Very good in token decks. I highly recommend it. And lastly, I want to shout out the Primal Force Mage.
Yeah.
I think this card rules in this deck. I almost cast this, because I did cast these two on the same turn. I almost cast the Primal Force Mage into the Pest Infestation and make 6, 4/4s plus Phabine trigger. Would have been pretty cool, pretty massive, but went with the safe play, which ended up benefiting me. If you have a hasty deck, look into Primal Force Mage. It is sweet.
Sure.
Other than that, Phabine played great as always. I think this deck always performs incredibly well, considering it's like, I think $65 if you order it from TCG Player. I love the deck. I love Naya tokens. It's a great
Hey,
little.
can you send me the
genre.
list? I want to see if you have something.
Sure. I'll pop it in the
will.
Discord.
Yeah, please do. Well, if that is... Tribs, are you good?
Yeah, I want to say thanks for having me, and it was a blast. Congrats on the win. And
Thank you.
I think I maybe would have killed Brohan, but the life totals were so high, still I didn't want to have him sit there for another hour or something. So
Yeah, I think you made a very respectable decision. But
sad Atraxa didn't get to come into play.
I know,
And,
I was waiting for Atraxa to just come down and lifelink, but
yeah.
I think Brohan just most of that game. I think Brohan just kind of had to operate on the back foot a little bit. I think he's correct that he did play Ristic Study, which got him targeted. The Sarah's Emissary was kind of like, he said, was like his way to just stabilize his life total and stop from losing life, which did work. It saved him from Tribs' board. It saved him from an attack from me. After that, before that, actually, he played the Supreme Verdict to wipe the board. Tribs was actually able to survive that board wipe with the King Darian card, so Tribs was kind of prepared for that, but Brohan also played Dovin's Veto. He played a counterspell, so Brohan was prepared with like removal, but I feel like Brohan was just operating so much on the back foot because he was at 2 life that he didn't really have enough time to do a lot of setup. He just had to kind of try and keep himself alive with a very valiant effort, but unfortunately it's just I kind of had 2 ways. The Calyx, my plan was to go and get something that was going to force a counterspell out of Brohan's hand, which we did, Calyx, and then I knew that the Brilliant Restoration was going to come and recast the Doomwake Giant with everything else. So I knew that Sarah's Emissary wasn't going to survive that turn, but
It was a great line.
Taco, you definitely gained so much life with that Shattered Angel, and that's so cool. I would like that. Now that card is now on my radar. I don't have a life gain deck, but that card is I'm 5 mana, gain 3 life anytime someone plays a land. Like, that's
17
nuts.
cents.
17 cents. It's crazy. But Tribs, as always, Phabine is one of my favorite decks of Tribs. He just, I really like the parlay. So you reveal a card, everyone kind of knows what's in each other's hands a little bit, and then everyone draws a card, so it keeps the game flowing. It's kind of group hug where it doesn't slow the game down too much because it's letting everybody draw an extra card, but Tribs gets to give in return, Tribs gets creatures or a big power buff, and then his commander grants haste. So Tribs is kind of like, I'll give everyone a card, but I'm also going to make a giant board, and everything's got haste, and everything's getting +3/+3. And yeah, Phabine is one of my favorite decks because it keeps the game moving in 2 places. It gives everybody card draws, so that way everyone can either get an answer or they can keep their game plan moving, or it's going to make Tribs a lot of creatures, so then he can control life totals. So Phabine's a really fun deck to play against, and it's a really fun deck for Tribs to play, I'm sure. but I'm going to talk about my 3 cards after highlighting some of my opponent's plays here. So thank you guys for all coming onto the channel. Chat, I hope you stick around for just a little bit longer, because after I finish, we'll raid someone, and I'd love for you to tell them that Azoreign sent you. But Anikthea did take the win tonight with a lot of graveyard interaction. So the first thing I want to highlight is Underrealm Lich. This was one of the first big plays that I made, and this stuck around the entire game. It's able to give itself indestructible, which is really nice. Excuse me. And its replacement effect loads up my graveyard, so I get to keep something that I want, like a land card, and then I get to discard my enchantments from my commander to reanimate. After that, I think the Mirari's Wake was a big deal, because I was able to pay life to get Anikthea back out to reanimate the Mirari's Wake, and then I had a whole field of lands to play with, which was able to give me a lot to do on that turn. Mirari's Wake is just super strong, as it just doubles your mana, and it also gives your creatures +1/+1. Mirari's Wake was pretty much the only reason that I was able to cast quite a few spells to end the game there, to force the counterspell from Brohan, which was the tutor for the Calyx. And then on top of that, it was Brilliant Restoration, which brought back all of my enchantments that were in the graveyard. So Anikthea just does 1 a turn, and the Brilliant Restoration managed to go and get the rest, which was really nice. So that way I could just have a really big play with Doomwake Giant, which is going to be like a second add-on. So Doomwake Giant was the thing that just wiped my opponent's battlefields, allowed me to take out Johan, allowed me to take out Taco, and then Tribs basically had 1 turn to either board wipe me in return or cast his commander, which doesn't work as well in a 1v1 situation. So those are my 3 cards that I felt were most impactful.
As soon as I saw the Doomwake Giant go into the graveyard, I knew it was coming out, and we were going to lose our board.
Pretty much is how that card works. But other than that, thank you for sticking around in chat. I'm going to go ahead and find someone to raid. I think I have a good idea of someone that we can raid, and if you would please just stick around and let them know that I sent you over there, I would really appreciate that. But while I do that, does anyone want to say any final words?
Join the Discord.
French fry.
Yes, join the Discord where you can chat and hang out with us. And try and get on stream.
Yeah, this is fun. I will not be disappointed.
I think this is how this works. I think this is how it works. So I'm going to go ahead. I think we're going to fire off the raid. I'm pretty sure I've done this right. If not, I'll just have to mess with it. So if no one else has anything to say, thank you for joining. As always, I'm your host, your friendly blue mage, Azoreign. Be on the lookout. I may stream again this week. We'll have to see. I might not. But if you are in the Discord, that's where you'll find out that information. But if I do stream, plan on Thursday night around 9:30, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. This was a great game. I hope to have all of you back on, Taco, Johan, and Tribs. You guys are great opponents as always. Thank you guys for sticking around in chat and interacting as much as you have. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Let's go ahead and fire off this raid if I did it right.
Peace.
Oh, it's asking me to sign up. What? All right, let's see if it works over here.
You should be able to /raid, I imagine. And
That's
then,
what I thought. Come on, Twitch. Please work. Oh, there we go. Okay, rating in 9, 8, 7. Again, thank you for watching. Please tune in later this week. And as always, I'm your host and your friendly blue mage, Azoreign. Peace out, and have a good night.
Did we do it?
Yep.
I'm done, so.
Yes.